According to marine engineering study materials, shoe plates they used to connect the stem to the flat plate keel. The forward end of the shoe plate is dished around the stem, whilst the after end is flattened to connect with the keel plate. According to www.cdn.imo.org, 2 of MARPOL Annex V, the discharge shall only be allowed if a. Both the port of departure and the next port of destination are within the special area and the ship will not transit outside the special area between these ports, Regulation 6.1. The criteria for discharging garbage in special areas under MARPOL Annex V are: 1. Food waste. Food waste can be discharged at least 12 nautical miles from the nearest land if it's within a special area. 2. Other garbage. Other garbage, including paper, glass, metal, bottles, and crockery, can be discharged at least 12 nautical miles from the nearest land. 3. Animal carcasses. Animal carcasses can only be discharged outside of a special area, and as far away from land as possible. The carcass must also be cut or slit to open the thoracic and abdominal cavities, or passed through a comminute, grinder, or similar equipment. And 4. Cargo residues. Cargo residues that aren't classified as HME can be discharged as far away from land as possible, but at least 12 nautical miles away. MARPOL Annex V is a set of regulations that aims to reduce the amount of garbage that ships discharge into the sea. It applies to all ships, including merchant ships, fixed or floating platforms, and non-commercial ships. Some special According to Wikipedia, at some angle of heel, say 10 degrees, km will increase sufficiently equal to kg, distance from the keel to the center of gravity, thus making gm of vessel equal to 0. When this occurs, the vessel goes to neutral equilibrium, and the angle of heel at which it happens is called angle of loll. According to FAO.org, unstable equilibrium: if the center of gravity, g, of a vessel is above the metacenter, m, the vessel is said to have a negative gm or a negative initial stability. A vessel in this state has a loll, i.e. it floats at an angle from the upright to one side or the other, and there is a danger that it may capsize. According to PFRI, stringers are large beams or angles fitted in various parts of the vessel to give added strength. Depending upon their locations, stringers are known as bilge stringers, side stringers, hold stringers, etc. According to Captain Damley, the shell plating forms the watertight skin of the ship, and at the same time, According to NFPA, NFPA 10 requires extinguishers be inspected when they are initially installed and once a month after that. You should inspect extinguishers more frequently if they are installed in locations where they are more prone to rust, impact, or tampering. The National Fire Protection Association, NFPA, and the Directorate General of Shipping, DGS, have different requirements for fire extinguisher testing and maintenance. NFPA. The NFPA standard for portable fire extinguishers, NFPA 10, requires fire extinguishers to be visually inspected monthly, including checking for damage, safety seals, and pressure gauge. Hydrostatically tested at intervals depending on the type of extinguisher, such as every 5 years for pressurized water extinguishers and every 12 years for dry chemical extinguishers. Annually maintained by a licensed fire protection company, which includes a full maintenance check of all mechanical parts. DGS. The DGS requires fire extinguishers to be tested and have test certificates endorsed by a surveyor. Have the test date and pressure stamped on each bottle. Have a video recording of maintenance kept at the servicing station. Have flexible hoses replaced every 10 years or at the manufacturer's recommended interval. Have discharge pipelines tested to the maximum working pressure. It's important to follow the codes and standards set by your local and state jurisdictions, which may be adopted from NFPA 10 and other organizations' codes.
على الهوكس. الريليز سيستم هو ده اللي بينتهي بان انت بتستعمل الريليز هاندل، وهي دي اللي بتفتح لك الهوكس في الفورورد والافت، وده اللي هنتكلم فيه بالتفصيل. الريليز هاندل دي موجودة جنب الستيرنج ومتوصلة ب2 كنترول كيبلز، دول متخصصين للهوك اللي لونهم ازرق ومتوصل
is provided with onload and offload release mechanism. The onload release mechanism is designed to allow the release of the davit launched lifeboat from fall wires when the ship is still making way through the water or in a rough sea. Onload and offload release mechanisms can be operated from inside the boat, which makes the operation much safer for the crew. The release mechanism is provided fore and aft of the lifeboat, carrying the fall wires from the davit. The lifeboat release assembly consists of 5 main systems: an operating lever, a clutch assembly with a safety system, Morse cables connected to release hooks, release hook, forward and aft, the offload release hydrostatic piston. If there is no rush to release the lifeboat, and the sea state is favorable, offload and aft via a clutch assembly. The hook assembly consists of the spring-loaded fall hook, which carries the fall wire, an amplifying arm, which controls the movement of the fall hook by locking it in the position against the spring, a cam-operated releasing lever or pin, which moves the amplifying arm, and is connected to the Morse cables. When the lever is pulled, the Morse cables, whose ends are connected to the cam release pin, rotate the cam. This movement will unlock the amplifying arm and pushes it down. As the amplifying arm moves down, the hook which was locked and held in position becomes free and moves outward due to the spring force, releasing the fall wire it is carrying. Once the lifeboat is free from the hook, the crew must check that the fall is
Ladies and gentlemen,